So I wasn't actually planning on doing a video today, but then we have some Little Nightmares news that I'm actually very, very excited about, and I'm sure you all will be too. So I thought I would do a quick video just to update you on the updates. Speaking of updates, I did say in my last video that I was going to stream on Thursday. We're going to be streaming the new Cyanide and Happiness game that is coming out on Thursday. It looks like an absolute blast. And I still am playing that game on Thursday, as long as it releases like normal. But I'm also going to hang out there on tonight. I fancy just having a night off from the videos. Or I was planning on having a night off from the videos. Thanks, Little Nightmares. But yeah, I fancied having a bit of a break this tonight, so I'm going to hang out on Twitch and play some more Resident Evil 2. We're partway through Resident Evil 2, the original Resident Evil 2, not the new one. So if you like retro horror, if you just want to hang out and chat, I'll be around pretty much as this video goes live. So once you finish this video, I'll probably be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tericho, if you want to hang out. If you don't, that's totally fine. So what is the news then? So Little Nightmares 2 is an interesting one, because with Little Nightmares 1, we had the game, but then we also got a DLC, which was basically the size of the game again in 3 parts. And a lot of people are really hoping that we would get the same thing with Little Nightmares 2, but because Tarsier Studios are moving away from Little Nightmares, they are, you know, Bandai Namco are the IP holders, they're the ones that hold the rights to Little Nightmares. Tarsier want to work on their own IP, and on that note, I am very excited to see what Tarsier come up with next, because the games that they have crafted are absolutely phenomenal. So if we get something along the similar quality, I hope it's dark and twisted like this is, but as long as we get something on the same sort of level of quality, I'm sure it'll be a great game. But a lot of people had that question then, well, what does that mean for DLC? Are we going to get any DLC for Little Nightmares 2? Are we ever going to get a Little Nightmares 3? And Bandai, obviously, they seem to be very, very happy with how Little Nightmares 2 has been received, but we now have even more news, and I think we can basically say that DLC is confirmed for Little Nightmares 2. So if you head over to the Little Nightmares 2 Twitter, the official Twitter, you can see that they do pretty much what all of these accounts do. They just have generic sort of marketing, which is totally fine. You know, they throw a post out and they have a little quip with it. But what's interesting is about an hour ago, you can see this post here. No, you can't skip straight to dessert. We gave yours to your brother, which... it's kind of funny. But anyway, what's interesting about this post is just a normal generic marketing post. But on this post, we got a reply from this person, from Matty at Exile Sparrow. I thought there was content for a second, I got so excited, but you just love to play with our feelings, don't you? Fair enough. But what's really interesting is Little Nightmares 2 have replied, saying you might want to brace yourself for the coming months. I'm pretty sure this is confirming that DLC is coming, and in the coming months as well, which... that's good. I'm very, very excited. Now, this DLC may have already been made, and a lot of DLC that does get made for games is basically almost finished or completely finished before the game actually launches. It's just a fact of how games are sold these days. A lot of games will have their DLC in a state of readiness. It's not like the DLC gets completely started from scratch after the game launches. That's just not how it works. So it's a good bet that Tarsier are the ones that have made this DLC, and it's a good bet that this DLC has been ready for some time. And honestly, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see where the DLC goes, because if you remember the DLC from the first game, and not everyone's played the DLC for the first game, which is also very interesting, because in my opinion, the DLC for the first game was almost like chapter 2 of the first game. Like you had the complete story in the first game, but then the DLC was like this whole additional chapter. It was split into 3 chapters, but it was like 3 chapters that combine into one like additional storyline of an additional character. But that storyline gave us so much more information. Big spoilers for Little Nightmares 1 and Little Nightmares 1 DLC. We find out what happened to the gnomes, or what the gnomes were, and we also found out what happened to one of the gnomes specifically, and it added so much more weight and so much more I'm trying not to use the word poignant, because I use that word a lot, but it really did add to that sort of sadness of the first game, and made it much more, it made the events of the first game much more consequential. And also, as I've said, that DLC was basically the length of the first game, so it was almost like there was 2 games to buy. Now, if the DLC of this game follows a similar trend, you know, split into chapters, but equals the size of the second game, I'll be very happy. Obviously, I'll be very happy because I love the game, but I'll be even more happy because that gives me just way more things to dig through, way more theories to come up with, and maybe we'll get another big twist because we got a huge twist at the end of the Little Nightmares 1 DLC. And the Residence DLC. What's really interesting about the Residence DLC is if you go back to it now after playing the second game, there's so many hints in there for the second game. So it's like Tarsier have had this plan all along. And so I'm really, really, really interested to see what happens with this DLC. I'm so excited. Most people's guess is that we're going to play as the comic book kids or comic book children, which is I think is a safe bet. We don't know. Tarsier could completely come out with something crazy, but I think it's a safe bet to say that it's going to revolve around some of those characters because they're in the game files, and you know, why would they have been created if they weren't going to be used later on down the line? You know, the comics are great, but they're very, very short, almost teaser things. So I don't know. I'm very excited, and if you never know, it could tie into some of my previous theories. Maybe it'll give me more evidence for some of my previous theories, or maybe it'll debunk some of my previous theories. But either way, I am just so excited for more Little Nightmares content. I can't get enough of it. Tarsier, I can't get enough of what you have created. Okay, get me. I need more. I need more. I just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. So basically, this is a whole video about one tweet, but considering this comes from Little Nightmares 2 themselves, I'm very, very, very confident in saying that we can now say that DLC is confirmed for Little Nightmares 2. I cannot wait. I hope you guys can't wait too. I will, of course, be streaming it if it comes out. I will be streaming the DLC, and then I'll be making theory videos on it as well. So subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that. And like I say, if you want to hang out on Twitch, I'll be there this evening, probably now. So come and hang out on Twitch if you want to. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.